YouTube, how we doing? So I know that I said I wasn't going to record any more in-gym content, and then I kind of just realized that although the gym is one of those times a day where I can just be 100% locked in and not really have to think about work or social media or anything, my sessions are so cooked at this point that I figured I might as well do it. And honestly, I just kind of was thinking that I want this process to be documented while I'm going through it. I am currently 4 weeks out from show. This whole series is called Road to Show in the first place. You guys can probably see my face, like I'm kind of fucking dying right now. You probably can hear it in my voice as well. But I just figured, a lot of what I do is based off of doing things that I don't want to do, and coming on here and not providing something that you guys like and enjoy just due to me being selfish isn't really a good look. And I know that I would probably look back on this and regret not making videos when I'm 4 weeks out, I'm going through the hardest thing that I've ever been through in my life. And so pretty much something that I wanted to talk about today kind of follows that same principle right before we go hit our push lift today, and that's being extreme, right? This bodybuilding prep so far has demonstrated to me that I can literally do anything that I fucking want, anything that I put my mind to. And I knew that I had this before, but this has almost just been another marker to prove to me that I am who I say I am. I've always liked doing hard things. I've always wanted to push myself to the absolute fucking limit, and getting to the point where I can actually make sure that I am pushing myself to the limit in my business, in the gym, in my dieting, in every aspect of my life has made this so fucking important to me. And honestly, a big part of this prep has just been not letting you guys down. Like, I am so extreme about things and the way I go about everything that this has just been like another step in order to make sure that every single person who watches me knows for certain that I'm not fucking talk. I can fucking put my head down and I can achieve great things, whether that is in my business and providing the best service I can for my clients, or in the bodybuilding sense, like I'm going fucking crazy when it comes to the dieting. Like a few days ago, I got my calories dropped to 2,000. Guys, I'm 6'1", 188 pounds. Okay, that is a big deficit for me, especially when I have activity as high as I do, like 20,000 steps a day. So, truthfully, just taking this time and appreciating the privilege that it is in order to be in this position. Like, I just got a brand new car recently, an Audi R8, which has been one of my dream cars, all because I decided to make fucking sacrifice and go to the extreme. And if I am not demonstrating to my audience that I am a motherfucker who will go to the extreme for everything, then what kind of man am I? And I encourage you guys to go as extreme as humanly possible in your endeavors and stop going fucking half-ass on everything. Really fucking go all in on something that you're passionate about and that you can see yourself doing. Because there's never been a single time, despite the amount of people who have told me I'd regret working this much, I'd regret doing these things that I don't want to do, I have never once fucking regretted it because of the amount of things that we've been able to achieve together. We're currently almost 900,000 followers on TikTok. Instagram's growing. We're at like 160 on there. You guys have been loving the content as of recent, and the coaching, striker coaching. I've never had so many motivated and dedicated clients to get to their goals, and I've helped so many people get to their goals because of just the mentality switch of being extreme. A lot of these guys that come to me originally when they first start coaching with me are like, bro, Jacob, like I don't know, like, can I do this, can I do that? And it's always, I immediately cut them off, and I'm like, what did you sign up with me for? You signed up with me to get fucking results that you want. And when you get to that mindset that I help a lot of guys get to, I feel like, which is you need to just do whatever the fuck it takes, and being extreme a lot of the time is the only way to get to that point. Genuinely, guys, when people, if you're doing something that's a little bit out of the ordinary, people are always going to say things to you, but it's always in your 100% best interest, if you know deep down in your gut that you will succeed, to just go fucking all in. Be extreme, bro. Like, even in your diet, like, so many of you guys, or just your training, I see so many of these comments of you guys trying to balance things. And look, I have no issue with balance. Doing what I do and being extreme isn't for everyone, but I challenge you at least once to go extreme, go all in on something and do something absolutely crazy and just see where it takes you. I never knew how much I enjoyed doing hard shit until this bodybuilding prep. I didn't understand that everything that I do is for the reason of being extreme and chasing greatness. Like, you guys have seen my mentality throughout this entire process. I've always known that I'm, very all in when it comes to these things. But when it comes to just like really doing it and really getting into the nitty gritty and getting my steps in when I'm fucking tired and I can't even move, and like I come home from the gym and I can't even like stay awake, and things like this are just like so motivating to me, because I know if I can do this and I can go and I can show my best self on stage, that I can do anything. Literally, there is nothing that I cannot do, because I decided that I was going to take something to the extreme. I decided when I started striker coaching, when I started to coach people, that I was going to help them become the best version of themselves, and I was going to take that to the motherfucking extreme with them, and I was going to get them to their fucking goals no matter what, and no matter what they say. The minute you sign up with me, it's done. Like, you're done. Like, we're fucking dialed. There's never an excuse to not fucking lock in on the gym. Like, there's never an excuse with me. That's why a lot of coaches don't get on the phone personally with their clients. I am always on the phone with my clients, because I need to speak to them verbally, because it helps so much with the mentality shift. Like, imagine if you guys were just reading a text blob of me saying these things right now. They wouldn't have the same impact. And I want you guys to seriously just try fucking once to just go all in on something. You don't know where the fuck it'll take you. But all in all, I'm not looking forward to hitting this push day. I know I used to be fired up in these videos. My lifts fucking suck ass now. I used to eat double the carbs of this. I don't have fucking energy to do anything. I barely had energy to take my phone out and record this video right now. It's the last thing that I want to do, but I'm doing it anyway, because that is what is going to take me one step further to my goals. And you know deep down what you need to do in order to reach your goals. And I had this nagging feeling that doing YouTube was going to be one of those things for me that is going to get me to my goals. And I was always so fucking resilient to it. But now, I swear, being in prep and doing these things that I don't want to do on a day-to-day basis has truly opened my eyes to the fact that this is something that I need to take fucking seriously, because you guys love it so much. You love to hear about my mentality when it comes to these things. And I feel like I have so much value to provide to you guys on how to be extreme and how to like do these things just from a mentality perspective, because I'm so extreme. I'm so opinionated about everything. And sometimes it just helps to see the complete other end of the spectrum when you have guys who are telling you like, oh, it's okay to like go out and have a cheat meal and do all this, do all that. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's just not me. And I feel like there's such an opportunity for me to come on here and talk to you guys about just how important being extreme and going all in on things fucking is if you want to achieve greatness. So many of you guys, if you're watching this, you're probably ambitious. You probably want to achieve a good physique. You probably want to do all of these things, but just don't have the fucking like light, the thing to light you on fire to actually make you start these things. And I want to be that catalyst for you in order to get to those points, because I had things like that as well. Higher Up Wellness, Michael Smoke, when I met him in person like a few weeks ago, that's a motherfucker that I'd been looking up to for a long period of time that kind of helped to give me that catalyst in order to start and go all in on something like this. And I know that if there's someone watching this that has been thinking about doing something, but they just needed a little bit of a push, I want this to be the push. Go fucking all in on something, no matter what the fuck people think about you, bro, because it can genuinely change your fucking life. Let's go hit this push day. It's not going to be anything in terms of like intensity like you've seen before. the body just doesn't work like that. The brain's not working like that anymore. But this was a solid little 10-minute yap here about being extreme. Let's do it. I'll catch you after the lift.
Just refuse to bend, so I keep bending till I break. But you always find a way to keep me right here waiting. Always find the words to say to keep me right here waiting. If you chose to walk away, I'd still be right. Can't you just forgive me? I don't want to relive all the mistakes I've made along the way. But I always find a way to keep you right here waiting. I always find the words to say to keep you right. You always find a way to keep me right here waiting. You always find the words to say to keep me right here waiting. If I chose to walk away, would you be right here waiting? Searching for the things to say to keep me right.
So that'll do it for the lift. Pretty good lift actually. Honestly, I would say one of my best ones throughout prep. I would just say it's getting so fucking hard. Just to speak in general or to do simple tasks throughout the day at this point. Even sitting down and recording this YouTube video afterwards, I literally had to muster up the energy to do it for probably like 2 hours. It's just really hard to speak at this point. And like every single time I go and make my TikToks and stuff, I have to re-record a bunch of takes. I'm not even gonna do any kind of thing like that. So if I stutter or I slur, I apologize, but you know, the energy's just not there at the moment. You know, these next 4 weeks aren't going to be as bad, hopefully. I'm still going to be in a deficit, but, you know, TNF, my coach, took a look at my check-in photos and was like, all right, we're going a little too quick on the 2,000 calories. So essentially what we're doing at the moment is every 2 days, my calories get up to 50, So, over time that definitely starts to add up. So around June 16th, my calories will be at 2,700 or 2,750. So that's a pretty solid amount going into show. So we're just gonna keep loading up on the carbs this next month, which should be exciting to just see myself fill out a little bit more because I've been depleted for a decent bit of time. I have been in this deficit since December. I think some of you guys, if you're an active YouTube watcher, have seen like that video that I made in December being like, the deficit is officially started, like prep has started. Crazy to think what's happened since then. I've just been so dialed for so long. Like literally every single aspect of my life has been work and the gym for as long as I can remember. And I am so incredibly grateful to have the privilege to be stressed out from work and have the privilege to be in a position where I am able to sacrifice my calories, right? There are people who would kill to have as many calories as I'm having at the current moment. And, just trying to keep a conscious thought of that is definitely my, one of the things that are driving me at the moment. I would say another thing that's driving me at the moment is the amount of people at the Echo meet and greet that came up to me and were like, yo, we're like looking forward to seeing you on stage, and like seeing and meeting all of these people in person that are like counting on me to like show up really good is super duper motivating to me. And despite how I feel, I'm just trying to lean into the discomfort as much as humanly possible because I know that, I'm going to miss this at the end of the day. I know I'm going to miss the grind. I know I'm going to miss having everything as dialed as it is right now. But kind of plan for the next show even. It's going to be a few years for sure until I do something like this again. I'm going to really take these next few years to grow into like classic. I think that's where I'm better suited. I just got to bring the legs up a decent amount before I can go and do that, and got to get much larger. We're only going to be doing men's physique in this show because I just don't really have the posing down for classic. I would just be kind of going out there for a participation trophy. And I think I do have the structure at the moment to be fairly competitive in men's physique. But the only thing that's holding me back from doing that long term is just my abs. When you look at bodybuilding, you have to look at it objectively. And my abs at the current moment are not where they should be to be like a men's physique pro. Like my genetics just simply don't allow for it. So just taking the time to really grow after the show and try not to crash out too bad on the reverse is definitely going to be something that I know is going to be a challenge for sure. I definitely wanted to bring that up because, as you guys know, and as I said when I was a little more hyped up on caffeine, is that I'm a very extreme person, and this is a double-edged sword. I am very extreme when it comes to my work, when it comes to my diet, when it comes to, client delivery, all of this stuff. But the minute that I have that kind of leeway to go a little bit crazy after the show, I need to hold myself to a standard to not go too extreme with things, because at the end of the day, I know that if I'm posting videos with an extremely bloated face, it's probably not going to be my best look. But I do think in order for me to be the most productive human being possible, because these last few months and just like year overall have been nonstop 7-day a week, like double-digit hour days in terms of working, and then you add dieting on top of that, it's getting very tiring, obviously, but with anything great comes sacrifice. So I think my plan will be to like take a vacation to Florida or something, might chill out on the posting for like a week, just to kind of take a mental reset for myself, because I know how much I've been going insane. I actually think a mental reframe and a little bit of a break can allow me to work harder in the future. But with that, I don't really think I have much more to say. My brain's not working particularly well right now. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep fucking grinding. We're gonna become the best version of ourselves. And for these last 30 days I have of prep, I'm gonna give it my fucking all. So let's go. Let's get jacked. Thank you guys all so much for the unbelievable support recently. We're almost at 900,000 followers on TikTok. We're like 160,000 on Instagram. And I hope to keep putting these out for you guys because you guys really enjoy them. So, you know, I want to be the best guy I can for you guys as well and provide as much value to all you fellas. So let's go. Let's get jacked. I'll see you in the next one.